Your product is a portal, and your brand is what your customers have been dreaming of. That is why you're important, and that is why your alignment, it is paramount, it is necessary, and it's needed. Because without the full materialization of this vision, your impact will wane. You have always been more than just a product, and your product has always been a vehicle for transformation. That's why you've been so meticulous in the development process. That's why you've cultivated communities even before your launch, getting feedback. That's why you've been studying your customers for ages now. That's why you yourself are such a natural student, because you care. And for your brand, it has always been a vessel for impact. That's why you've also been so meticulous. That's why you've been so creative and vocal about what it is. But the point of those things having the impact that you desire requires your alignment. That is what is required of you for this to be fully realized. Your customers' wildest dreams will be realized through your products and your brand. That's why you exist. There is nothing that you have ever created that was meant for others' consumption or use of it that hasn't already been dreamed of. This product, literally someone is saying right now, I wish I had something with this ingredient or with this material, whatever it is. It has already been dreamed of, and you are the deliverer of that. And so when I say building an alignment, I don't mean in a frivolous way like, oh, I need to make sure I do what God's... No, I'm really saying that in order for for the people who have been dreaming of what you've been producing, what you've been promoting, what you've been developing, that you are ready to launch in, it requires your alignment. That is the only way for the fullness of your vision to be realized. That is the only way for the fullness of your purpose to be experienced on a systemic and collective level. Your vision literally is the portal through which all of us, this whole earth, is tunneling through. There are people who need to be connected through you, communities where they can exist in, statuses so that they can raise in their respective communities, actualization, health, aesthetics. You are that solution. You are that answer. You are the deliverer of those things. The problem is that a lot of us aren't committed to fully bringing that out. So whether our companies close before it's time, or we settle on the quality of the products, we're literally in a quality recession. When I say quality, I don't just speak to like the product, but just the literal quality of our execution. We were given these visions for a reason. And when you are creating this entity that your brand is, people literally exist in it and they become through it. That's why I keep using the word transformation. What you're creating needs to exist. And I need you to protect all of that by maintaining your alignment. Every decision you make outside of alignment, you are shorthanding the materialization. You are shorthanding your purpose, and you are shorthanding everything else that's supposed to come through it. The fullness of this vision will not realize until you are convicted of this alignment. If you are committed to protecting your vision, to building an alignment, and to fully realizing every single thing that God has placed within you and that you are birthing through your womb, I need you to click the link in the description and to subscribe to Letters from My Living Room. That is where I send my frequent activations, calibrations, and alignment for spiritual Black women founders like yourself of product brands. The link will be in the description, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.